Now I can't stop fucking thinking about that furry game. Thanks, Cammy.
Alright.
Right?
You had
Just
to.
seeing it haunting your nightmares this evening.
I am
It will.
glad.
It will
Yeah,
haunt my nightmares
yeah.
this evening.
You're welcome.
I am glad that I did not read into that. Anyway,
Honestly,
like,
it's not my fault that you guys decided to look it up. I
But
just
like,
showed
I
you a
mean-
screenshot.
someone that has played BL games,
okay.
that was 10 times worse than.
I
Dude,
mean,
I've been
you're
on the
talking.
internet. I've been
I'm
on
not
the
gonna-
internet way too long.
I'm not gonna lie, there's like
Care
a certain
anymore.
I'm not gonna lie, there's a certain like masochistic part of my brain that kind of wants to shell out the $5 just to see how bad it is.
Kyle.
Look at it. Look at it
Do
this
it.
way. You're
Do
talking
it.
to the person who has. Oh, is that not working? No, that's not working. Why would you do this voice mod? No. Why? Can I not bleep?
It's
Okay,
bleeping.
There you go. Sorry, I didn't. Okay, no, what I was about to say was you're talking to the person who has in his library. Oh, and
That's
I
a
forgot.
long beat.
That is a long beep.
Kyle knows what's in my Steam library, and I have joked about it in a video long ago when it was supposed to be about Forza. It was
I mean,
super
I
hilarious.
have freaking dramatical murder in my Steam library.
I mean,
Wait, is
like,
that on Steam?
It used to be.
It used to be.
hey,
Yeah,
hey.
the Boys
hey,
Love
hey.
games are on Steam.
It's still on Steam.
Oh, it's
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on, we got to keep this G-rated. Hold on. We're on Twitch.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
dramatical murder is fun.
Fuck, I wish I knew that a while ago before I tried to get the cracked version.
Also,
That's
same with
lovely.
yeah, in my library I have dramatical murder, Togano no Chi, and I've been trying to get another one, but it's not available on Steam yet. So
I mean,
I'm just...
like, there's an entire section dedicated to a specific.
I tried to play Dramatical Murder once, and unfortunately the crack didn't work.
The there's one ending you do not want to get in dramatical murder. Oh, I can never unsee it now. You
That
guys
was
like
annoying. Steam
Hold on.
library is rather tame, I think.
Hold
Personally.
on. There's
Yeah,
more.
Other than those two games, like the two yaoi games that I have, my Steam library is pretty tame.
Yeah. No, the absolute worst thing I own is the original Honey Pop. Although that may or may not change by the end of tonight. We'll see.
Oh, see,
We'll
that's
see
the
how,
thing.
we'll see how much I feel like. We'll see how much I feel like torturing myself later.
See,
Here's the
we're
thing,
talking.
Kyle,
Here,
use
Kyle.
that money to
see
buy
what happens,
Psychonauts.
so you need to live stream
You
it.
realize the two of them together is only like $15, right? I could
True.
realistically do both.
Dude, I don't have to sleep tonight.
I will legit stay up and watch you play this game.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, Kyle knows this from Jeff, and like these were gifted to me, and they've never been touched, and I'm like, why do I even have these in my library? But I think the best one out of all was the birthday gift last year. I don't know if Kyle knows about this game. I was gifted this game last year for my birthday. I was like, oh,
don't know what
Oh
this
dear
is.
God.
yeah, I was gifted this for my birthday.
Oh dear God.
I'm scared. I was scared. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna touch it. I have it in the library. I'm not even gonna do jack with it.
I feel like what Cammy putting put the game in the game recommendations. I wish there was a way to mark it like not safe for work.
Yeah. I mean, I
Can't you
could
turn
put
on
it in
the?
spoilers, but
Eh,
I
it's
mean,
fine.
oh, okay. I thought you meant Steam because I was like, oh, in Steam you could just flag NSFW.
Oh no,
game.
Steam. No, but I mean for like our chat.
We're
Anyway,
talking
we
about.
should
We should be
we
talking
should.
about, but I want to mention one last thing. Okay, we're talking about stuff on Steam. There's a special folder on my computer that should never see the light of day. That's not on Steam. That's not on Steam.
I love that.
Yeah, there's a thing called maybe not don't buy porn games on Steam. You'd be surprised because of that. You know what?
As if I don't have 2 yaoi games that are porn games in my library.
I mean, like ever since
Because, you know,
I got
I totally
gifted
don't
those
have
games.
a certain other game sitting in my cart right now.
Kyle. As soon as you
Please
once
do
you
it.
click that button, you never escape it. It always will appear. Like I just every so often whenever I'm going through my discovery library, my discovery queue, there's always at least one. At least one.
You say that like there isn't already for me.
Yeah. Yeah, you say that like there isn't already.
The worst part is that it's not even just a joke anymore. Every time I just go through it, it's like, okay, scroll, then click next. Thank you. Anyway. That's besides the point. Okay? I mean, ultimately, if you really want to go crazy, kids, should I say it? Fuck it.
But Andrew, you do need to buy Psychonauts. You do need to buy Psychonauts. I'm just saying right now, it's such a good game. It's $11.
But
$11.
But
the original is $11.
But money, okay? That's all I'm gonna say.
I agree, but it's good. And it's worth the $11.
You know what's also worth $11? A free lunch. I could use that for food. Anyway.
Well, it's not free lunch if you buy it.
Alright, I just want to remind everyone, y'all brought this on your fucking selves.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just casually did it out of curiosity, but then just didn't buy it. That, if anything, you brought it on yourself because you instinctively went out of your way to get it. There's difference.
Oh my god.
I mean, in my defense, I got Psychonauts while I was at it.
Yeah.
That still doesn't absolve you of your crimes.
Psychonauts.
Anyway,
I'm this far down the hole. I don't care anymore.
Welcome back to people discussing about lewd stuff on the internet. Please don't ban me, Twitch. I need this.
A little bit of everything, all of the time.
Okay.
It's a tragedy.
Welcome back. We're missing someone today, so Cameron, you will have to take over Van Zeeks.
I will take over Van Zeeks again.
Yes, and I don't know if Kyle still wants to do the judge, but we'll have to start picking up.
Yeah, I can keep doing the judge.
Okay, old man, take over for me.
Oh fuck! I don't remember how I did that last time. Actually,
I don't even know how you did that either.
I don't know.
It was something like this.
It sounded like it hurt at any rate.
I mean,
it
how
wasn't
do you
as
think I
bad
do
as
the
you
judge everything?
think, but it was awkward. No, then Lord Van Zeeks. How does the pro? No, not like that. That's all right.
It was something like that, but deeper.
Yeah, it was
It was
something like that.
close.
It was very close.
No, then Lord Van Zeeks. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be fucking this up a lot. I don't remember all.
You want me to take over? I feel like I should take over because I gave my voice.
If you want to, go for it, because I honestly have no idea how I did this last time.
Well then, Lord Von Zeeks, how does the prosecution wish to proceed?
Trial is rapidly descending into a farce.
Oh, wonderful! So we're starting off strong.
Not me holding my Coca-Cola like a distinguished gentleman as I speak. Like a corked wine, the first few sips are fair enough. But what follows is so repugnant, it's good for nothing save the gutter.
If I may, Lord Van Zeeks. The defense has just put forward a credible alternative explanation for what happened.
Credible. Is that your considered opinion, Mr. Furman? The defense's argument is a joke to which I barely know how to respond, but let me start by insisting that you must all familiarize yourselves with the relative positions of those places being discussed.
What do you mean by that? What is his angle this time?
It should be already more than apparent that between the crime scene and the Garrity household runs a rather wide street by a road. Which means that the distance from the Garrity's house to the scene is some, 15 yards. Do you want to have Suzato, Cammy?
Sure.
Okay.
If you're doing Van Zeeks, I can use Suzato for you.
Yeah, I don't mind at all. So if you want to do Suzato, you can do Suzato.
Alright. Let me see. 15 yards. That's around 14 meters?
14 meters? Oh, that's a little farther than I'd imagined.
And, as you ladies and gentlemen of the jury rightly noted as having a portentous significance, the fourth book was found in the victim's clutches. In other words, the smoldering book, wantonly hurled by the lady of the house, traveled some 15 yards to land on the opposite side of the road, neatly between the collapsed victim's fingers and thumb.
I mean, did you ever think to consider maybe she bent down to actually grab the book? I don't know, just saying, man. There's the thing called looking down and actually noticing stuff that's on fire.
Is that your final conclusion, my learned and deluded friend? And did the jackknife follow a near identical trajectory to plunge into the middle of the victim's back? This fantasy is somewhat stretching the notion of having a bad day for the victim, I think. Even those pathetic serialized detective stories have more believable plots. Oh shit!
Damn.
Oh shit, Van Zeeks!
Well, there's nothing I can say to that.
Prosecutor loves the sound of his own voice.
Sato.
Serialized detective stories are pathetic, are they? How dare he?
Maybe let's pick our battles here.
My lord, might I be allowed to speak?
As judicial assistant, you may speak for the defense, yes. Go ahead.
The prosecution may consider the idea a fantasy, but what the defense has postulated was believable enough to persuade the jury to change its leaning. And as such, the court has a duty to explore this alternative explanation as thoroughly as possible.
I mean, she's not wrong.
To that end, juror number 4, Miss Joan Garrity, must be called to testify and submit to cross-examination.
Such a lie!
Rhino seems so
Examination of the
shocked.
juror?
I mean, why wouldn't you be?
He looks so shocked.
All Order! This is highly irregular. It is unprecedented for a member of the jury to be summoned to the witness stand.
Objection!
Oh, there goes that bottle.
This bitch empty. Yeet. And unnecessary.
Lord Van Zieks.
There are already witnesses in the stand whose testimony the defense may further cross-examine. Bleh. If my learned friend's Marshall's theory has any truth in it, then both a burning book and a jackknife must have flown through the sky before this couple's eyes.
That's still Van Zeke.
And we must assume that they would be able to testify accordingly.
What say you, witnesses?
Yes, sir. Constable Roy Beatford reported to duty, sir.
Well. Good morning, sir.
Sorry for dozing off today, sir. I haven't slept for both of the local villain who's appeared on my beat, sir.
Oh, they're so heroic, these London bobbies.
Patricia, my darling, I've been neglecting you, but no more! Was it rolling?
Me and Cammy switched up between Patricia.
Yeah.
So
Who
I'll
wants
do her.
it, basically?
I'll do. Oh, Rolly, my hero! You make me swoon!
Very well, I hereby reject the defense's request. And all the witnesses in the stand to testify again. State forthwith before the court any details pertaining to the defense's alternative explanation of events.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir. This case has nothing to do with Mr. and Mrs. Garrity. Believe me, a London's Bobby is good for his word. You see, sir, the windows on the top floor of the Garrity house are top-hinged casements.
If anything had been thrown out of the window, we would have seen it. I did leave the scene to go and fetch help, and my trusty Rolly was there to make sure nothing was disturbed.
I didn't take my eye off the crime scene for one moment, sir. I'll just try to put in that foot, sir. I gotta go have a
Did
donut,
she
sir.
say before that he was asleep face down in the snow?
I mean, unfortunately, I don't think I can use that in the cross-examination. But anyway.
Well, this is quite startling. Top-hinged casement windows.
Sorry, I had to burp. That detail was not in the police report, Constable.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry about that. I must have been a bit drowsy.
He's doing the woo fingers.
Oh, sorry, let me redo this. Yes, sorry about that. Must have been a bit drowsy. Ooh. Okay, you know what? I feel bad because Kyle's not saying anything, so Kyle, be my guest and take over Rolly. Do you have at least something to say?
Sure.
You cannot excuse your sins with drowsiness every time, Constable.
No, sir.
Sorry, but what exactly is a top-hinged casement window?
And you? You cannot excuse your ignorance with such trite remarks, my learned friend.
Of course, sorry.
Oh, it's Cammy's turn.
Sorry,
Oh,
I'm like
Oh,
dying.
I was,
One sec.
I was,
I choked
You're
on
dying.
water.
oh no!
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I was
Why
gonna
does
say,
it like when you like choke on water, it like feels like you're like drowning. Like it
I
hurts.
know, right?
It hurts
But
more than actually
awful.
choking on food. Like
well, no,
And
it's
then it hurts to breathe after.
well, I mean, that's kind of the
Well, the worst thing
point.
is you choke on water, and then you just want to drink more water.
Yeah.
But that makes it worse, though, because then you get more sensing of drowning. I think realistically, if we're going by that logic, technically you could drown on dry land.
yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Strictly speaking, you only need like, what is it, 2-3 inches of water to drown?
Yeah. You can drown in a bathtub fairly easily.
Yeah.
Screw that, you can drown a bowl of milk.
So
Yep.
apparently you can drown on dry land.
Who knew?
It's called a dry.
I
It's
knew.
called a dry. It's called a dry drowning.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's actually like you're actually able to.
Oh.
Yeah, because strictly speaking, you just need enough liquid to cover your mouth and nose if you drown.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway.
I found it, Mr. Naruhodo. Cast your mind back to the window in Mr. and Mrs. Garrett's room.
No. Maybe no. Maybe I don't want to do that. Huh? Did you ever
Well, then
think
maybe,
about that?
Maybe then we won't get this case solved. How about that?
And I can rub it in your face, my learned friend.
Fine. Alright, I'll try. Brains!
The window opens in order to allow air to circulate inside the house. But as it's a top-hinged casement window, it swings open along the upper edge, you see.
I'm glad you rectified your ignorance. A casement window's most prominent feature. It is stay, a metal bar which prevents the window from being opened beyond a certain amount.
It prevents it opening? This is all news to me.
Absolutely correct, sir. In other words, the book or knife were to have been thrown through the open window. It would have fired against the panel and fallen straight down to the pavement below.
No.
You see the problem then? Good. Your education in Windows is complete.
Can I get my degree in Windows?
Your education in Windows.
Da 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 da.
Your education in Windows.
Technically, we're all educated in Windows.
Yeah.
Now we are. I'm still learning about Windows.
I mean, I have to be educated in Windows for the sake
Exactly.
of my actual occupation. So, anyway.
See, I am experiencing Windows for the first time in 8 years.
Oh
So-
yeah.
This is an
Exciting for
experience.
you.
Welcome back. Thank you
it's
for
not
signing your
going
soul
back.
away. Thank you for signing your soul away. Here's what you missed since you last crudely left us.
Yeah, since I have now gained possession of my soul, it's honestly learning it is not too bad. I have a second monitor hooked up. I figured out how to hook up a second monitor, and it's been fun. So hasn't been bad. Anyway, there's never any possibility of either the book or the knife traveling 15 yards over the road. That is, unless the window pane had been shattered, something we discounted already.
That can't.
You see that, really? That young Japanese man just collapsed in agony!
Oh, yes, my darling. I saw it. I saw how he crumbled before me.
Oh, really? You're so strong!
How is this happening? I haven't even started the cross-examination yet, and already my argument's been destroyed.
Not so if you could drag yourself upright that again, the quantum AC cross-examination.
My lord. Oh, good. Another desperate situation. Hold it! By which you mean they don't open fully, is that correct?
Yes, sir. They're just there to allow a bit of air through the house, you see, so they're restricted as to how much they open.
And therefore, anything thrown out the window from inside the room would simply strike the pane and fall to the street directly below. For clarity, allow me to mark the map. Here is the location where objects would have fallen.
Yes. Directly opposite the scene of the crime on the other side of a rather wide road.
It's been so hard for somebody to mention this top pinch casement thing before. Well, I have another question for you, Constable.
Oh dear.
Oh no, Kyle!
Dying. You live.
I think I'm alive again. Maybe. Okay. Yes, I
You
did.
died and then you came back to life.
It's a miracle.
Hooray! We'll see how long that lasts.
Alright, it's your turn to talk.
And what would that be, sir?
How did you even know? Why would you have any idea what sort of windows Mr. and Mrs. Gardine's house is furnished with?
Ah, well, sir, that's very simple. You see, I helped with the investigation yesterday.
Excuse me! Do you have something to add, Miss Beat?
Sorry?
You look, well, delighted. Is there some particular reason for that?
Oh, I was just remembering, that's all. We really were so lucky.
Lucky? What do you mean by that?
Well, of course I feel terrible for the poor woman who was attacked. Don't misunderstand me, please. But we were just so lucky it didn't happen on Lily's beat. It was so close, you see.
Oh, I hadn't realized.
Oh yes, that street, Briar Road. That's the boundary between Lily's beat and the next one.
I like how he's starting to fall asleep again. Hey, buddy, wake up!
Isn't that right, my love?
God, was water.
Constable Beat.
Oh, Kyle's gone again.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll substitute for a moment. Oh, yes, that's right. That's the reason I was helping out with interviewing the occupants of the Godium household yesterday. The house is on my beat, you see, sir. That really was cutting it close then.
Constable, I wonder if you could clarify something. The Gardeep household is on your beat. Does that mean that the pavement next to it is as well?
Outside Mr. Godium's house? Yes, ma'am. The pavement on that side of the road is part of my beat. wasn't aware of that.
Okay, I think I'm alive for real this time. Maybe.
Let's
I just killed Discord and restarted it, so hopefully that helps.
You
Yeah.
just held the pillow to its face and suffocated it.
Pretty much.
Nice. I love doing that to computers.
Yeah.
It reminds them who's boss.
I mean, someone's gonna tell Discord what's up when it decides to hold your ping at 5,000.
Exactly.
Just think, if the woman had been attacked just on the other side of the road, we would have never been able to go for that meal to celebrate our wedding anniversary. But it's the life of a Bobby after all.
Extraordinary people are Bobbies, tirelessly working for the benefit of all Londoners.
Do you know what I think? I think it's a product. I think it was the good Lord's way of rewarding my Bobby for all his hard work. Don't you think so, my darling?
That must be it, Pat, my love. That must be it.
I think perhaps we should make sure we have that information officially.
Give it to me, Mr. Naruto. I'll take care of it immediately.
Guy's file has been updated.
Now it's my turn, I think.
Payment. The pavement where the victim was found just lies just outside the constable's beat. The border which runs the town. Hold it! Yes, he said that you went to a nearby police box to fetch another officer. Is that right?
That's right, yes. If I had been on Lily's beat, I would have known exactly where I was going, of course.
Don't feel bad, my love. You can't be expected to know the location of every police box on every beat.
So really do lead the way. Only, I sort of got a little lost.
Patricia, my darling, that's why I love you. Your terrible sense of direction is bewitching to me. Oh, Pat.
Oh, really?
Oh, please.
So, I suppose I was gone for about 50. Like I said, my Rolly was at the scene the whole time, making sure nothing was disturbed.
I was off duty at the time, of course, but a true Bobby is never really off duty, sir.
Hold it! Nothing to report?
That's correct, sir. I had my eyes wide open the entire time. Never looked away for a second. No one else approached the scene, and nothing was removed from it. I can swear to that on the yard's honor, sir.
Really? That seems a little strange.
Beg your pardon, sir. Strange, sir. Seems altogether regular to me.
This burnt copy of the Lion's Pride was originally in the Gertie household. So the question remains, how did it find its way into the hand of the victim? Can you shed any light on that, seeing as you were at the scene of the crime the entire time?
Ah! Gonna be a different copy, sir. One that just happened to be burnt as well.
Even if that were possible, why would the victim have been gripping a book like that in her hand? As we can see from this photographic print, she had a bag over her shoulder.
Well, sir, that book was in the lady's hand from the moment we arrived at the scene.
Is that so? There's something about this statement that's not sitting right with me. The two mysteries of how that knife ended up in her back and how that book ended up in her hand. There must be some common thread between them.
Sorry, Mr. Naruhodo. I had no right to speak out.
What do you mean?
I requested the cross-examination of Mrs. Garrity without consulting you. Even if the judge did deny me.
Oh, I see. Well, I agree with you. We do need testimony from Mrs. Garrity if we're ever going to get the truth out of this matter.
You really think so?
Well, think about it. No matter how far it is across the road or how that window opens, Mr. Garrity's book found its way into the scene of the crime somehow, didn't it?
You're right.
And then there was Mrs. Garrity's reaction to me showing her the knife. That woman's hiding something, I'm sure of it.
You're right again.
We need to use this cross-examination to uncover more clues. We'll get to the bottom of this one way or another, I swear.
Yes.
Hold it! How can you say that for certain?
Question, sir. And the answer is this. It has the noble founding principles of the Force written on it as a reminder to all of us policemen of our sworn duty.
He showed us that before, didn't he?
Did he? I can't say I remember.
To patrol the streets of London town and uphold the peace of the common man. It's what the job's all about. And that is why I can stand here today beside my long-suffering wife and tell you a Bob is good for his word.
Oh, really?
Only explanation that you're going to give us? Really?
Now, while rubbing my tired eyes admittedly, sir.
See, there you go. Well, he did explain himself, technically.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, unrelated, but we're getting 1,600 Primo Gems because we won Best Mobile Game?
Didn't they give us a whole bunch because they won the PlayStation's awards as well?
Yep.
Yeah, they gave out 800 for the PlayStation Awards, and now they're giving out 1,600. That's 10 wishes right there. They're giving us
That's a free 10 roll.
They're giving us a free 10 roll.
Better than the anniversary gifts?
Well, I feel like ever since I got Slack for their anniversary awards, they've been more like giving with Primo Gems now.
Those
Yeah,
anniversary rewards sucked.
They really did.
They did suck. Dang, they're getting so many Primos! I love it!
Excited.
I can actually get Ito now.
I can save for Zhao! I can save for Animal Boy!
Legit, I'm like 5 wishes short of guaranteed pity, so that's gonna put me over.
Nice.
Yeah, it says 400 Primo Gems shall be given out to travelers via in-game mail, starting from December 11th to 14th. Yeah, so, yeah. They're giving us a free 10 pull. I love it! Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. Oh, Rolly, you're so manly!
Of course I am, my darling Patricia. Oh, Pat.
Oh, Rolly!
No, none of this is what I meant. I meant, how can you say for certain that this case had nothing to do with them?
Ah, I see, sir. You should have said so earlier, sir.
Oh no, oh no. He's saying saw so much. What is this reminding me of? Pal, pal, pal.
How about me, doing fucking Western
Oh,
you know,
right.
like,
Oh no!
Tiny
No!
yeah, meaty miny. So, Gabby doesn't know this, but in the earlier games, there's this character. Her name is Meanie Miney, and she basically betrays herself to be a total ditz. And she's like, well, like, I remember it was like Tuesday on like a, and I was like ready to punch myself.
Nice. Nice.
I was just sitting there, I was like, this sucks. I was saying like maybe 2, 3 words. Anyway, Rhino Scan. Rhino Scan!
Oh, sorry. Yes, well, so, could you answer the question? Oh, that was a waste of time, then.
Absolutely, sir. I will answer it to the fullest of my abilities, sir. There's a surprising reason why Mr. and Mrs. Garrett's domestic dispute can't be related to this case. But before I get into that, sir, just one thing.
Yes.
I'd very much like you and all of your countrymen to understand the great British institution of Scotland Yard. So I hope you'll take back some tales of us London bobbies and how we uphold our guiding principles.
I wasn't planning on going back just yet. I only just arrived here.
So to that end, sir, I'd be happy to lend you my warrant card for your perusal. But I must warn you, you won't be able to get through without shedding a few tears.
Thank you. I'll try.
Can I ask you something, please, Mr. Lawyer, sir?
No.
Damn. Aggressive.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna read this. Principles of policing. A policeman will strive to preserve the peace within his allotted beat. A patrolling officer is expected to walk 20 miles around his beat every day for furtherance of the community relations. Any crimes fall under the jurisdiction of the beat in which they are discovered. When a crime is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with initial investigations and help detectives. Oh, yes, of course. Well, what is it?
You're doubting us, aren't you? I can tell.
What? I wasn't really, I mean, what is she doing?
Please, just because I'm a woman, it doesn't make my testimony any less valuable. You might just see me as a wife of a policeman, but I'm a woman of my word, I am.
I really don't remember ever suggesting that I doubted you.
No excuses, I don't want to hear it. My voice will be heard. My lord, you'll let me speak, won't you?
Yes, Mrs. Beats, I will allow you to supplement your testimony if you so desire. Sometimes the path of least resistance is the safe one.
That was a very loud mutter.
I heard that. Japanese man thinks a policeman's wife's word counts for nothing, does he? Well, watch out, sir. I might let you get away with something like that. But I really won't.
Duly noted, Mrs. Beat. Please, I must ask you humbly. I humbly ask you to continue.
What could she possibly be about to say, I wonder?
Hold it! Mrs. B, nobody is questioning what you told us.
saw it, I did. That evening, I saw it clearly. The little Eastern man with the whiskers and the funny curved back slinking away from the scene. And I know what I didn't see is, well, I didn't see any flaming books or knives flying through the sky.
All very clear. You also mentioned something about having a poor sense of direction?
Oh, yes, well, it's a little embarrassing, really. I'm always ending up at the wrong place when I've made arrangements to meet Wooly. He gets ever so cross.
Excuse me! Constable Beat, is there a problem?
No, sir. No problem, sir.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go eat a donut then. Ah, damn it! Donut will have to wait. Did your wife's remark just now bring something to mind, perhaps?
Oh, well, in a way, sir. Yes, sir. I was just remembering that the same thing happened that evening is all.
You mean Mrs. Beat lost her way on the night of the incident?
Well, you see, I sent her off to find a police box the next beat over from mine. But she was gone a fair bit longer than what I was expecting. I thought she'd be back inside 10 minutes, but my darling was gone a good 15.
He was such a tease. The reason it was so long was because of the bouquet, silly.
The bouquet?
Sorry, what bouquet are you talking about?
Oh, it was a present for our wedding anniversary. It was so romantic. He saved up for it with his farthings and his halfpennies he found in the gutter while doing.
Yes, how romantic.
I've forgotten all about it until now. Had you, my darling?
Oh, yes. But that was just between us. No talking about it to anyone else, darling. You have to promise.
Oops.
What was that about? Constable Beat looked very obviously troubled during that exchange.
Okay.
I can't offer any useful insight, Mr. Naruhodo. But I'm quite sure of one thing. We have to ask Miss Beat about the bouquet.
Mrs. Beat, this bouquet you just mentioned. I'd like you to add the details to it to your testimony, please.
Yes, I'd love to.
Hold it! You mean you dropped the bouquet at the scene of the crime?
Yes, that's right. Oh, I was so upset. I ran over and saw it was a woman with a knife in her back. I was so shocked I dropped the bouquet. It was in a dark spot where the streetlights weren't casting any light, so I didn't notice at first.
And then you went to the police box to report the policeman whose beat it was on?
Yes, and I came back to the scene together with the other constable I didn't see. I yawned. That's when I spotted my bouquet again. But the funny thing is, when I went to pick it up, it was nowhere near the victim's body at all. In case you need reminding, Miss Beat, the victim is not deceased. I was all flustered for a moment before I heard a voice calling me from the other side of the road.
Your husband, presumably?
It's right. Silly me, I'd gone over to the wrong side of the street. Although, I'm going to blame the bouquet this time. I can't think how it got there. I can't.
So the bouquet somehow moved from one side of Briar Road to the opposite.
Curious indeed.
Isn't it? But the worst of it is I forgot to pick up the bouquet when we left the scene. The beautiful rose Willie bought me. The change from the gutter he spent so long collecting. But okay.
Oops.
Do you perhaps mean this? Sorry, solitary rose. Oh shit, pansies.
And Zeke's, that's so rude.
I know,
Oh!
right in front.
Good. Let me stop this man.
Oh! Yeah! Yes, that's it! That's a bouquet Rolly bought me for our anniversary. The old bits of change he found in the gutter.
Oh, poor Rolly. Maybe just call it a rose.
Tell us, Lord Van Zeeks, where did you come by the flower?
According to the report by the police officer in charge of the crimes investigation, it was found on the edge of the pavement in front of the Garadev household.
In front of the Graves house.
Although it wasn't noticed until the morning as it lay where the street lamps cast no light. It was believed to be of no relevance to the case since it was found on the opposite side of the thoroughfare. Oh, thank you, sir, thank you. Can I have it back now, please?
No, I think for good measure, this rose should be added to the court record as evidence.
Oh. That's so sad. She wants her bouquet.
That's
But-
not really. It's not really a bouquet though. It's just a single flower rose.
Minor detail, Andrew.
But
It's the meaning that counts here.
like she says,
Oh no.
it's so
Yeah.
sad. He
Did
saved
you
up
read
all this money, and all he could afford was a single flower for her.
God, these two are adorable. I love them.
Cameron, it's a bit hard. It was a bit hard to hear you there.
Your mic is dying.
Yeah. It's
Which is funny
dying.
because I'm using the my computer, so I don't. Anyway,
You might be too far from it, possibly.
I want
I don't know.
it back after the trial. Do you hear me? I want it back. Does that sound better?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's probably because I was leaning back.
Good grief! Rest assured that I'll shall do my best to not forget Mrs. Beat.
Oh, let's have a look at that rose.
Hear me?
An English rose. It's such a beautiful flower.
Ah, this is a rose, isn't it? I've never seen one before.
Do you not take an interest in flowers, Mr. Naruto?
I wouldn't say that exactly, but I do know 3 types at least.
3 types.
3 types,
Oh!
at least.
You know what makes this even funnier? Phoenix Wright, his successor, many years later, says the exact same lines. Like, he only knows 3 types of fucking flowers. So that's what stood out to me. I'm like,
Apparently
oh
it's
shit!
hereditary.
So
You
they'll-
try and teach him about more than 3 flowers, and it's just gone. It's hereditary.
No, it's just hardwired to only remember 3 flowers. It's a full first.
God.
Gosh, 3?
Yes, plum blossom, peach blossom, and cherry blossom.
That is... Perhaps you should consider branching out? Learning some that aren't fruit tree based, for example?
It's very stylish.
Knows the
It's-
fruit trees.
It's
He
very
just knows
stylish
fruit.
paper that's wrapped, the flowers wrapped in, isn't it?
It's just an old newspaper, Mr. Naruto.
Oh, I suppose it's because I'm not used to seeing English print. It looks so exotic to me.
I see.
Is something wrong?
Oh, no. I was just thinking that if you wrapped a stone-baked sweet potato in English newspaper, it might look sort of like some sort of fancy cake.
Ah, Susan, you do love your cakes.
This is one thing I love about friggin' Ace Attorney is the dialogue is so funny sometimes. Especially since Suzato takes like zero Rhinosuke shit half the time.
You know very well Susano's the one public says here.
Oh, 100% she's the one with the prince.
So, Naruto, what do you make of all of this?
Yes. The whole idea of an invisible attacker has been troubling me all along. But I believe I'm starting to get a picture of what really happened here. The fourth book that had no business in being at the scene of the crime made me sure that Mrs. Garrity was hiding something from us. But it's becoming increasingly clear that someone else has been hiding something from us as well. I think I may already be armed with everything I need to strike a decisive blow here. This time, it's going to expose the whole truth about this mysterious affair. Well, funny thing, because I don't know where it is! Okay, so this case has nothing to do with me. Them. The windows are, yes. Obviously, they would have seen it. I did leave that room, make sure nothing was disturbed. I dropped my camera and ended up losing my way there. So... something to do with her sense of direction.
Objection!
No, the music did not stop.
I still love that thing of him just raising his hand. It's so funny.
It's like,
It's like, please help.
No, it's that they didn't get rid of it after the first trial.
Yeah, they kept it in.
okay, I don't think I'm looking at the right place.
Hold it!
Oh wait, I already said this.
I'll be right back. Let's go refill my drink.
Kyle! Great
He
Ace
just
Attorney Kyle, let's, I need a bit of guidance. I'm not really sure where to go from here.
He said he'll be right back. He's just going to refill his drink.
Darn. Alright, well, I guess I'll figure it out. I guess we'll have to figure it out then.
He'll be back soon enough.
What are your thoughts then? Because I'm not really sure where to go from here.
Thinking.
Back.
What do you think, Cammy? I have
No.
Hey, Kyle. We need
Yeah.
some guidance here.
Show me the rows again. Just back out. I just need to see the description.
I know what I'm going for, but I'm not sure what statement to
Let me see the statements again, because I need to remember which one it is. Alright. There you go. And last one. I want to say it's this last statement with the rows.
Well, let's find out.
Objection!
Ah, alright, okay. You claim, Constable Beat, that there's nothing to report in the 15 minutes or so you were guarding the scene. But that cannot be! Ah, crap, he's falling asleep again.
Hey,
In your testimony just now, Mrs. B, you explained everything. You explained to the court that when you arrived back at the scene of the crime with the policeman assigned to that beat, the bouquet you had dropped at the victim's side was no longer anywhere nearby.
Objection!
Yes, on the opposite side of Briar Road to where the victim was attacked. But considering the size of that meager bouquet, if a single-starred bloom can be so described.
Stop being an ass fan, Zeeks.
No doubt it was blown in the wind across the streets back into the gutter where it belongs.
Oh no.
That's the part of that statement you're upset about.
Meager?
Objection!
But if that were the case... Oops. Why did Constable Beat not testify to the fact?
No one else approached the scene and nothing was removed from it. Constable Beat swore that on Scotland Yard's honor.
the bouquet belonged to me. It has nothing to do with this case. That's why Lily didn't mention it. I'm sure.
No, because sadly, it's not only your bouquet we're talking about here. More than one thing in this case is seriously the wrong way around.
What are you talking about?
Think about it. Besides Mrs. Beat's bouquet, there's Mr. Garrity's book. Mr. Garrity's copy of The Lion's Pride, which was thrown out the window by his wife, would have struck the pane of the casement window and landed here on the west side of the street. And yet, it was actually found here on the opposite side of the road, in the victim's hand. Meanwhile, according to the testimony we heard, Mrs. B's bouquet should have been dropped here at the scene of the crime on the east side of the street. But in fact, it was actually found here on the opposite side of the road, in front of Mr. and Mrs. Garrity's house. There's no logical explanation for those things, unless somebody deliberately moved them.
trying to say? The way you're talking, it sounds like you think my Rolly's done something wrong.
Oh, Cammy, this is you, I think.
Is it? How did I do that voice? Oh my god.
You did like it. Oh, it's just lady.
Don't you listen to a word that scrawny lawyer says? Wittering on about books and bouquets. Why should we care? It's nitpicking, that's what it is.
Oh, good. Scaredee's come around. You might call it nitpicking, Mrs. Scaredee, but deliberately meddling with the scene of the crime is a criminal offense. It's called,
Tampering, Mr. Naruhodo.
But that person responsible for tampering cannot admit to it for a very subtle but compelling
Objection!
Tampering. You've barely heard the term before. Tell us, my learned friend, who would possibly have had cause to carry out such elaborate deception?
Yes, there's someone who tampered with the scene of the crime that evening. All the evidence and all the testimony points to that one particular person.
Counsel, I must demand that you substantiate this conjecture. Who are you saying is responsible for tampering with the scene of the crime? Call police assault assault.
I mean, it's pretty obvious here.
Take that!
Obviously, there's only one person it could have been. Constable Royal Beat, it was you.
What? A pro member? Policeman? A member of Scotland Yard?
Nonsense. Why would my Rolly do something like that? There's no one straighter than my husband. No! Oh, he works more tirelessly for the people of London.
Mrs. Beat, you said in your testimony that your husband asked you to go to a nearby police box to fetch an officer on duty. The 15 minutes that you were absent from the scene is the only opportunity anyone had to tamper with it.
You're making it up. It's all nonsense. It's all lies. What about that Japanese man with the whiskers? That was him. He did it.
Objection!
If that was true, Constable Beat would have seen him do it.
Oh,
Forgive me for pointing it out, but when you dropped your bouquet, Mrs. Beat, it was after the defendant had fled the scene.
ah! Oh,
Objection!
oh.
First you make accusations, and now you incriminate a policeman as well. But your accusations lack one very important thing. You claim the crime scene was tampered with, but there's only one reason anyone would commit such a reckless crime. To hide something.
That's right. He's right. But my husband and I just happened to be there, that's all. So, why would we have anything to hide? It doesn't make sense.
You offered no motive for his alleged tampering. And until you do, your accusations are nothing but empty threats.
Constable Beat had a very good reason for wanting to tamper with the scene of the crime. That's the key to this entire affair.
Mr. Naruhodo, have you managed to solve this mystery?
Counsel, you have made a very serious accusation against a London police officer. If you are mistaken, I'm sure I need not point out your reputation as a lawyer will be irrevocably damaged. With that stock loading in mind, you'll now explain to the court the motive for this alleged tampering.
Yes, my lord. Constable Beat's motive for tampering with the crime scene was to hide. obvious where the victim fell. Where the victim fell to the ground. That is where his bobbies had to cover up at all costs.
What?
You mean when she was attacked? What are you talking about? We told you at the very start, didn't we? On the pavement of Brow Road, we saw it happen, remember? It was right here, as if anyone didn't already know.
That's certainly what everybody's been led to believe. But in fact, that isn't where the victim was stabbed at all.
Huh? What?
I'm beginning to wonder where this pernicious trial will end, Counsel.
If that's your assertion, then the court is dying to know, my nephew's friend. Are you proposing that the crime actually took place that evening?
Well, it's pretty obvious, but I'm gonna say it first just in case.
Take that!
But that's...
On the opposite side of the room.
I don't understand.
On the evening in question, Mr. Graydon's book fell directly down from the open window above, and your bouquet, Miss Beat, never moved at all. What did move was the scene of the crime itself.
Gracious!
I
Objection!
like how she's still holding on to his scarf. That's so funny. Perhaps you haven't been listening to the ample testimony the court heard. But these witnesses both saw the moment the attack took place.
That's right. I saw it with my own eyes.
It was 5 o'clock in the evening and already dark. That was the typical London fog on when you saw the incident unfold and ran to the victim's aid. That was actually on the west side of Briar Road.
No, that's not true. It can't have been.
Constable Beat then arranged for you to be absent from while he's sending you for help. And during the 15 minutes you were away, he transplanted the crime scene. He moved all the things shown in this print, the victim herself, the 4 books. He moved everything, in fact, to the pavement on the east side of Briar Road.
Extraordinary.
But the constable overlooked one thing.
What? What did he overlook?
The bouquet, I presume.
Exactly.
Prosecution told the court just a few minutes ago about the discovery of the rose bouquet. Lord Van Zeek said it wasn't noticed until the morning as it lay where the street lamps cast no light.
Yes, it couldn't have been seen in the dark, obviously.
Which is why it was only the bouquet that was found in its original position, on the pavement on the west side of Briar Road. And that is the defense's theory about what really happened that evening. How do you respond? Constable Roy Beat?
Well, I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to nod off again, but I haven't slept properly in a month. Did I miss anything important?
Oh, really? It isn't true, is it? What the lawyer said is all lies, isn't it? I know it's because you're the most upstanding, righteous man I know.
I had a dream. A terrible dream. All the things I did that night. Everything come out. Everything exposed. Only, it seems, it wasn't a dream at all.
But Corey! All that! What on earth is the meaning of all this?
Oh, Rolly, why? Why would you do something like this?
I like how she's still smiling, so like admiring.
Right.
Oh, why the hell did you do this?
Rolly, why did you do this?
A
I'm gonna
corpse.
kill you later. Moving a corpse is a criminal offense, isn't it?
Wishing the victim
Yes,
dead
but
should
he
be
wasn't
one too.
dead.
Constable, expand yourself! Why would you do this? As a respected member of Scotland Yard, your duty is to protect the good people of London Town.
I can't say, sir.
What?
I really am ever so sorry about all this. For damaging the Yard's reputation. For everything.
Oh wow, his theory was actually right. I have a possible explanation for why on that particular evening, Constable Beat felt compelled to move the scene of the crime. I can think of one reason.
What? How could you possibly know? You, a foreigner, presuming to understand the mind of a Scotland Yard policeman?
And yet Lord Varxis is the foreigner who has uncovered the startling truth of the matter thus far. Oh, we got shut down. I believe it would be beneficial to the court to hear this extraordinary young lawyer's theory. Counsel for the defense. If you please.
Yes, my lord.
Then, I think you had better show us some evidence.
At once, my lord. England, Japan, it makes no difference where you come from, human emotions are the same. And I think I have a fairly good idea of the feelings behind this man's actions.
What gives away the motive for Constable Beat's unthinkable actions?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna go through my theory and see if it's right. So, I'm gonna have a quick look at this. The policeman will strive to preserve the peace within his allotted beat. And any crimes fall under the jurisdiction of the beat in which you're discovered. When a crime is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with the initial investigations and help the detectives. So, if we're going with that theory that the book and the knife fell from the window, then obviously, obviously the constable was already probably aware of. He must have probably been aware of such argument coming from the Garrity household. I mean, literally, two pieces of shit just fell on top of the lady. It would explain the book and shit. So, my guess is that he did that to preserve the. Nope, not that. Not the rose, but he was doing it to preserve peace within his allotted beat. Assuming, since he was passing along his beat. At least that's my rough theory of it. That's kind of the only explanation I can think of using this piece of evidence.
I can think of another explanation if you would like to hear it.
Yeah, go ahead.
He was trying to move the crime to another beat so that he could still go on his anniversary dinner with his wife.
That is also a possibility, actually.
Because if he didn't move it, then he would be like forced to help out with it, and he wouldn't have been able to go for dinner.
I think you have a fair point. I'm gonna present the case for. I saved it. I'm gonna save it just because I'm not sure if I saved it or not.
Take that!
It's this piece of evidence here. You see? Nope.
Nope, that didn't work.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, I'm gonna go with my. Well, okay. I don't think it's this. Okay, then it should be the one.
Take that!
There you go. I realize that I'm a foreigner in this land, and I have only just arrived from Japan, which is why all this information about London's so-called bobbies is completely new to me. I've learned that through honorable patrolling the beat is the most demanding work in the world, for example.
Keeping the peace, looking after the citizens on his beat in all kinds of ways. There's no doubt that the young Bobby's charged with a great deal to do each day, certainly.
But for Constable Beat, the day in question was special.
Special? How?
On account of this bouquet, my lord.
Oh, yes! It was our very first wedding anniversary.
He realizes this now too. Constable Beat had worked so hard to be able to afford this simple gift for his wife, and was looking forward to taking her out for a celebratory meal.
When he and Mrs. Bates stumbled along a crime on Briar Road.
When he saw that shadowy figure through the fog collapse on the pavement ahead, what must have gone through the man's mind? This is the warrant card that Constable Beat offered to lend me earlier. Inside, among the rules for patrolling policemen, it says, when a crime is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with the initial investigation and help detectives. Constable Beat. Is that, or is that not the reason why you moved the whole scene of the crime that day?
Yes. Everything you said, it's all right.
And that's it. It all has to do with the boundary of your beat.
Oh,
Exactly. To summarize, the incident actually occurred on Constable Beat's Constable Beat's beat. Oh, that's a mouthful.
Good gracious! Constable, do you realize the gravity of what you've done?
It was the first time since I became a copper that I'd ever cursed God. Stay close to me, Pat. The criminal could still be lurking somewhere. As we ran over to the scene, I had every intention of doing my duty as a police officer. We've got to report this to the station as quickly as possible. But then it dawned on me. I realized where we were, where the victim was lying, and what that meant for me. When a crime is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with initial investigations and help detectives. Why here? Why did this have to happen here? And why tonight, of all nights? Why?
Honestly, I really don't see the issue with it. Like, she's alive.
You really gotta feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, like it's his
Slightly.
anniversary. She's alive. He just like moved her so that he could like still go on his anniversary and she could get the help that she needed.
Yeah, but you have to admit though, I mean, tampering with a crime scene is
I understand the logistics of the issue here, but morally, it just seems like it's not that big of a deal.
It does. It doesn't. But you have to acknowledge this really important fact. The fact that he moved the body over means that an innocent person is now on trial here.
I mean,
if
you're
that-
not
if that-
wrong.
If that body had never left and if he did his duty, Sasuke-san would just be walking home like, oh no, someone actually got injured here. Like, he wouldn't be in this mess.
To be fair, half the reason he was suspected in the first place was because he ran from the scene, which they both testified to. So he'd
Yes.
probably be on trial regardless.
Yeah.
I guess, but
Not saying
Even
what he did was right, but like, Sasuke
but
would be here regardless.
I true. Fine, I'll give you that. That's fair. But, like, still, like, I mean, you know, he is a cop, and I mean, it's the reality of the fact that sometimes when stuff happens, like, you kind of have to stop everything, even if it means like such a special day like that. I mean, that's what, even off duty. I mean, I guess he's off duty, so
I mean, A, that's way easier said than done sometimes, and B, this is the
This
Ace
man
Attorney
literally
universe.
hasn't slept in like a month, apparently.
I guess that's fair.
Give him a nice evening with his wife.
And then
He
has to
deserves
do
a
his
nice
job.
evening with his wife. He deserves a nice evening
Once
with
you
his wife.
come back to this man once you've gone a month without sleep, okay? Tell me you wouldn't have done the same.
To just have one nice day with your wife, even though you haven't slept in a month.
And then some bitch gets stabbed just from a knife falling out of a window, apparently. Maybe, who knows? Might have gotten actually stabbed. I actually have no idea. It's just weird. But
I feel
anyway.
some sympathy, but at the same time, I'm sorry, but like, he needs to be punished for his actions.
I'm not saying that he shouldn't be. I'm just saying that I understand where he was at that time.
Yeah. I agree with that.
There will be consequences, but you gotta have some sympathy for the guy.
Yeah, I like, you know when you like feel bad for somebody who's getting punished, but you're like, they deserve this, but you know.
You know, I think I'm on the opposite spectrum, actually.
Wild.
Wow.
I mean, it's, you know, I don't want to. Let's just keep going. Going with this.
Not
off
getting
topic.
into psychology tonight.
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No, we're not gonna do that tonight, cause.
We're gonna save the psychology lesson for after certain other things.
Yes. Anyway. Wait, did you read this line? I don't remember if you did or not.
I don't either, just keep going. I told Pat she'd have to go to the nearest police box and fetch whoever was on duty there. It was then, when I opened my mouth to speak, it just came out. I couldn't believe the words that were coming out of my own mouth. This is the next beat to mine, Pat. So you'll have to go to the police box that covers it. Turns right along Mershon Street, and then...
Oh, we went silent there. Oh, geez, it went silent there.
Oh, Susanoo! Susanoo was crying.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, Constable.
I I just wanted just that one night to take my Patricia out for dinner.
Oh, really?
Just that one night.
You knew that if the incident was not repeated, your evening of celebration would be ruined. And so you decided to just move the entire crime scene outside your jurisdiction. Just across the street to the pavement of Briar Road, which falls under the neighboring Beat's care.
You see, I thought... Well, I was sure the victim was dead, you see.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, of course he did. Otherwise, my Riley would have never left the barn and been freezing on the cold pavement.
I see your meaning now.
But God got me back from my sins, didn't he? That's why I missed the rose I bought for Pat.
Oh, really? It was all my fault. I should never have dropped it in such a dark place. I'm so sorry, Broly.
And can you tell us, Constable, how many books did you move from one side to the road to the other in total?
Oh, 4 it was. Yes, definitely 4.
3 of them dropped by Mr. Natsume, and the 4th being the one that fell from the window upstairs in the Garrity household, of course.
But what made you place that book in the victim's hand? And all the other books were scattered haphazardly around, I mean.
Oh, well, that's because that's how I found it.
Aaron, or how you found it? What do you mean?
When we first ran over to the scene, the victim was already holding the book. So, when I moved everything, I made sure it was still in her hand.
You're sure it was this book, The Lion's Pride, that was in the victim was holding?
Oh yes, no doubt about it,
Interesting.
I thought it was an open and shut case at the time, you see. There were only the 2 people at the scene, and Pat and me both saw it happen. However which way you looked at it, it had to be the fellow who ran off who'd done it, I thought. I couldn't see the harm, really. I didn't think moving it all over the road would make a jot of difference. I suppose this is it for me now. I've had it.
My lord.
Yes, Lord Van Zeeks.
I believe that concludes the cross-examination of the witnesses. Constable, you may withdraw.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Prosecutor, sir. What will become of my Rolly? What will happen to him?
For now, you are free to go home. The police will contact you in due course.
Please don't punish my husband. This was all my fault. It's because I'm always moaning at him to come home.
Leave it now, Pat. Let's go home. I'm tired.
Alright then, my love. One last thing, Constable.
Sir?
Let this be a lesson to you. In a criminal investigation, every detail matters, however insignificant it may seem to you.
Yes, sir.
Carve that lesson into your mind. And never again make the mistake of tampering with the scene of
Never again, sir. You mean to say?
leave. Now, this trial is not over yet.
Sir!
Quite a startling well, it's quite a startling revelation, I must say. Whoever thought of a third party transplanting the entire scene of the crime like that?
Indeed, my lord. Nevertheless, there are some immutable facts here. Principally, that the accused, Mr. Suseki Natsume, is the only person who could possibly have committed this crime.
No, I disagree. Now that we know the true scene of the incident, there's someone else. Another person who could be responsible for the knife in the victim's back.
Forgive me for being presumptuous, but I believe the prosecution is probably well aware of this possibility already.
Lord Francis, is this true?
Name the person, if you will, and if further investigation is warranted. The prosecution has no objection to the trial continuing.
You will name this other person who could have perpetrated the crime. Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious here. But just to be absolutely
sure.
Take that!
The defense would once again like to request a cross-examination of a new witness, my lord.
once again.
My assistant made the same request earlier. In order to finally reveal the truth about this case, it's imperative that we cross-examine juror number 4, Miss Joan Garrity.
Kenny.
Me? Me? Oh, dearie me.
Objection!
That request had already been denied.
But that situation is very different now. Or the situation is very different now. Miss Garrity, ask me this.
What do you want now, you little toad?
At the time of the incident, you were engaged in a violent argument with your husband, Mr. John Garrity. In the course of the argument, a minor house fire was ignited. And to clear the smoke from the room, your husband opened the window that looks out over the room.
Well, what of it?
You threw this book at your husband when he was cornered with his back against the window. Upon striking the pane of the open, top-hinged casement window, the book plummeted directly down. Finding its way to what we now know to be the true scene of the incident.
Yes, and as I said, what of it?
During the argument, you were beside yourself with rage. As such, you threw not just books, but anything you could lay your hands on. So, let me ask you one more time. This knife, the one removed from the victim's back, have you really never laid eyes on it before?
I don't recall it.
Seriously?
I'm supposed to remember everything I picked up and threw at my husband. And anyway, the man over there is in all that regalia said members of the jury needn't testify, didn't he?
Conveniently, yes.
Objection!
No. I have no recollection of saying that at all. Juror number 4.
Oh.
Van Zeeks is helping? Oh?
Oh, we're going back to that now, aren't we?
Make no mistake, you jurors are not special in any way. You are not immune to the judicial process. If you know something about this knife, madame, let the truth come out.
But that's just a common or garden knife. It could have come from anywhere. We have several like that at home. If one went missing, how would you expect me to know?
What's that? Oh, I guess he's not here, so I'll do it. Are you joking?
What are you saying, please, Mrs. Garrity?
Oh, we're going after her now.
Oh, you listen to me. I refuse to believe all this nonsense. I couldn't bear the thought that I'd injured someone. Do you hear? I couldn't bear it. Oh, the poor woman. So, yes, I want evidence. I want to see hard evidence if you're going to insist on this being my fault. You're going to have to prove to me that I threw that knife if that's what you think. Come along now, chop chop. Do your worst.
Well...
Well, Mr. Naruto?
If I had evidence like that, believe me, I would have thrown at her already.
Then take the stand, juror.
Oh.
The prosecution does not object to the defense's request to cross-examine this woman.
Thank you, Lord Fancies.
I love that he's helping you! Yes, Zeeks!
Great.
Yeah.
Well, like, previously other attorneys have helped you, like Edgeworth has helped you, and I think Francesca has helped you before. But the fact that Van Zeeks is helping you is, interesting.
It's a nice surprise.
Well, I mean, prosecutors at some point during the trial, they realized that, oh, well, clearly, it seems like it clearly points to this. So they just kind of stopped going on the edge of like, okay, I'm still gonna take down the defense, but more so, well, let's get the truth out. It seems so clear now that this person knows something about it, so we might as well look at that possibility.
Juror number 4, as I'm sure you'll appreciate, having observed with your own eyes today, witness testimony can lead to the most extraordinary truths being unearthed. Truths of which witnesses themselves may not even have been aware.
Dearie me.
So I demand your full and unadulterated testimony, Mrs. Garrity. And mark my words, in this court of law today, we shall extract the truth. Do you concur, counsels?
Certainly, my lord.
Oh, that's what I'm hoping for, my lord. Ooh. Interesting. This is such a strange feeling. For the first time since arriving in this country, it actually feels real. I'm here, in the Old Bailey, and I'm a lawyer.
Hell yeah, you are.
She brought a freaking cup of tea!
Of course.
Witness, state your name and occupation.
Oh, yes, my name is Joan Garrity. And I'm, well, I'm a juror and such like.
It sounds like even she doesn't know if she's a housewife or whatever, or anymore.
The court has decided that your testimony is required in order to clarify the matters in this case. Do you understand, madam?
Yes, my lord.
You will tell the court everything that took place in your household on the evening in question. And I warn you, do not attempt to hide the truth.
Dearie me. Chin up, Joni. Nothing to worry about now.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't even read that.
Kyle.
Oh, I didn't even know you were here, John.
Wasn't only you in the room that day, anything, was it? Rather think I ought to testify as well, don't you?
But what about you, Nia, dear?
Don't you worry about that. Hardly notice it. I'm not the sort of chap to leave a comrade to face disciplinary action alone.
John.
Presume you are Mr. John Garrity.
Yes, sir. Former second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment of the 4th Northumberland Fusiliers, sir. Seen my fair share of action and now living the quiet life, as it were. He's got a point.
Yeah, he's got a point. Cameron?
Oh, the quiet life. Were you not engaged in an incendiary battle with your spouse on the day in question?
Well, yes. Quite.
I believe this may represent the first proud history of the British court. Calling a juror to witness stand is unprecedented. However, the court will hear your testimony now, juror number 4, and that of your husband. You will recount clearly and concisely the events at home at the time of the incident in question.
Sir, at once.
Well, too bad. We're not going to go listen to that today. We're calling it here tonight. Sorry about that, old chap. Alright, that's it. Go to bed, people. It's late.
No. No.
Confused.
Objection.
Objection.
No, we're done playing the game. Go home. Party's over. Peace out. Get out of here.
I'm already home and the party is not over.
Yeah,
The
I'm already
party's
with
just
myself.
getting started.
It's
Well,
getting started, huh?
Well,
It's
I'm
getting
sorry,
started
but
here.
I
It's
gotta
getting
go.
started.
I gotta go, okay, people? So, unfortunately, you're gonna have to leave the cliffhanger to next time.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Pepperoni.
So, yeah. Pepperonis, indeed. Anyway, I'm going to bed now.